Hey, all you Warhammer players, and welcome to the the definitive podcast for the Warhammer 40k enthusiasts in the inland Northwest. Your hosts are me, Jeremy, all day 40k Nakano, and Joey Bettingfield, painting Bettingfield. How we doing, Joey?
I'm doing okay. We'll get to it.
Yep.
I've recovered.
We're back. You can find me on TikTok, him on Instagram. Otherwise, you should also definitely check out the Baron of Dice. We highly recommend you go see them. See their dice, roll them. They feel great in your hands. Now, let's go ahead and jump into what we did last weekend, which is Slaaneshmas 2025. So that is in Ocean Shores, Washington, hosted by Jason Bird. It's a very cool tournament in a very sleepy resort town on the beach in Washington in the early part of December. Yep. One of my favorite tournaments to go to, mostly because you get most of the Portland meta there, which is a very good set of players. And it's like, yeah, it's a really fun tournament. It was about 87 or 86 people.
It was 88 signed up, 86 played.
That's incredible.
Which is great, right? And like, that is the percentage of talented players there was unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like out of whatever the 86 players that played, well, first off, only 6 of them didn't have ELO rankings.
Yeah.
The average ELO was like 1560 or 70.
Yeah, the average ELO was 1567.
There you go. Very nearly 1600, which is wild. I would say like out of the 86 people that played, there's somewhere in the ballpark of 70 that are talented people.
Yeah, there wasn't really very many players there that were like serious about playing the game and just enjoy the competitive side of it. So
right. Even like, and I'm sure we'll get into it, but like my first round opponent, he played Chaos Knights, and that was his first game with that list, but he's not a new player.
Right.
So
yeah. I mean, yeah. So overall, we had a good time. We'll give like a very short briefing of our games, because we have a lot to talk about today, because we're going to be talking about the Dataslate. We're going to be talking about our upcoming GT this weekend. We got a lot to get through. So let's first talk about who all was there for our group of human beings. You and I drove out there with Andrew Johnson, our wonderful stash man himself, with Wyatt the boy Hammond.
Kid Soldier Hammond.
Wyatt Kid Soldier Hammond. And of course, Dale was able to make it out as well. Unfortunately, we could not fit him in the truck with the rest of us because he decided to come a little late. But the drive was like a 7.5 hour trip out there. Got out there in like record time, and we got back in record time. Thank you, Drew. Again, you're the best.
Absolutely.
And overall, the records were as such. Wyatt, Dale, and Drew all went 3 and 2. Which I believe speaks to the competitive like talent there. I went 2 and 3, and Joey anchored us all at 1 and 4. How we doing?
I decided to fully embarrass myself. Yeah, this was rough. I was thinking about it because I said on the way out, I was like, this is my worst performance at a GT. Technically not true. I did go 0 and 5 at LSO the very first year that I went.
Nice.
But that was also going with knowably a bad list. I purely went to like be around my teammates. So this is the worst performance that I have had where I was trying.
Yeah, going 1 and 4 is tough.
Wildly humbling. Like past the point of humbling. It was bad. Jeremy can speak to it as well. I was rough.
Yeah, Joey was a bit spun out, laying on the floor, hitting new levels of just like stressed out. He was at the end of it, he went and got his tattoo re-upped because they had a tattoo person there, which was really fun.
Which was
probably
really cool.
Just a way to help dull things out a little bit, I assume.
A little bit of that. It was like I mean, obviously, like they were there, and then I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then I looked at their stuff, and they were actually good. And so I was like, tattoos are cool. I like getting tattoos. And then by the end of it, it was I need to feel a different kind of pain other than emotional. So I'm going to go do this.
Oh, boy. Yes. So that was a tough one, but you won your first game, right?
I did win the first game.
Yep. And then after that, you stumbled and fell. Is there any of your opponents you want to shout out as like great opponents, or all of them, or what anything along those
I will say that like, despite 1 and 4 being like honestly horrendous record and something that I will probably be upset about every time I think about it for maybe forever. I None of my games were legitimately bad, right? Like barring dice, there was some dicing happening, only a little bit, honestly. Some of it was just being outplayed, and then some of it was just a list that I wasn't equipped to handle. But none of my games were a bad experience from player to player interaction standpoint. All of my opponents were great. The one, oh man, what was his name? I did end up playing two people from Rose City Ruffians.
That's always a good time because they're very good at this game.
They're very good at this game. The one was which I'll get into. It was my last game, but here we go. Ryan Sherwick was my round 3, and it was the full honest to God mirror match.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We both played Drukari. We both played Spectacle of Spite. That I like from a play standpoint. That game was fantastic. That was one of my closer ones. It wasn't close, but it was one of my closer ones. But just from the get go, both of us we got up to the table and we went, hey, this detachment is a lot. It is a lot to keep up with. It's a lot to think about. Let's remind each other of various things. And it was great. So it went beyond the normal, hey, I play by intent. If I say something, I'm going to do it, into more far into the realm of hey, don't forget you can do this. Do you want to?
Right.
Which was fantastic. It was a great game.
Good. Yeah,
there's a world where
cool.
I win that game. It just didn't quite happen.
That guy is great. He was the coach of Rose City Ruffians at Challengers Cup. So we got to sit down and talk a bunch when we were there. So
he was best in faction Drukari. So good for him. Yeah, that was one of the better games.
Excellent. So in my road, my first opponent, I want to shout out Reed Gustafsson, who was a fluffy guard player, trader guard player, playing recon with his guard. And
now, go ahead. I'm going to let you finish because I'm going to see how much of it you say.
He's a very nice man, but it wasn't competitively a very serious game of Warhammer. He knew it. I knew it. We had fun. We rolled dice. He gave me a packet with his lore, and it's fascinating and
that
fucking rad. I mean,
that's what's crazy. That is when you say fluffy list, that's far beyond what I guarantee anybody listening is thinking. It's fluffy list, fluffy army. Every single model is unique and converted and named, and
with
he knows them. And his packet is not a packet; it's a goddamn book.
Really cool. He gave one to every one of his opponents.
I'm fairly certain he could just tell you.
Yes.
Wild.
Yeah.
Super cool.
My other opponents, Alan Bell, he got best in faction Tyranids. I lost to Alan by 3. Such a good game. Then I played James Lee, Emperor's Children. Pretty sure best in faction Emperor's Children.
I think so. With a very unconventional list.
Yes. I mean, triple demon.
Triple demon prince is conventional, but that's 600 points out of your 2000.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just lords and
it was just dudes.
Stuff. Just a bunch of stuff.
Just so many dudes.
It was very cool. He thoroughly destroyed me, James. That was a really fun game. Thank you for teaching me as much as because I haven't had really quality reps into anyone playing EC yet. And that was one of the most educational reps I've ever had. Which is great. Really, really cool. I also went into Torrin Holmes, who was playing one of the lists that we were freaking out about, which was the Speed Wall list, Cult of Speed list. I lost that game by 4 points, which, damn, it was so good. Torrin was great. Also part of Deep Strike Gang, one of James's teammates. And then my last was into Zach Bryant, who I've played before at ACW, where I picked up my last win. So, no bad games. Everybody was a joy to play with. I really like Zach after playing with him twice.
I think my round two was the Tau, and I think he got best in faction.
Nice.
I know he went 3-1-1.
And he had that crazy Tau list where it's just a bunch of
that list was
gorillas.
I think unarguably the coolest way you could play Tau.
Interesting. I always think it's suits.
Suits are cool, but they're not gorillas.
That's true. Gorillas are pretty dope, and we all know that you have an affinity for the gorillas.
I do enjoy the gorillas. That game made me regret getting rid of them.
Fair enough. Big shout out to Tim Grant, who I believe won the tournament overall with 18. It was Tim who won, right?
I believe so. I'm pulling it up as we speak.
Yeah.
Looking at this new BCP update, which is sweet. No, Nicholas
Nick Krakauer.
Crocker.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah.
Krakow? I don't know.
Shout
Tim
out to
got
Nick
second
who
though.
went undefeated. Tim came in second playing 18 Victor's Guard. Nick
Also
won,
undefeated.
Nick won with Sisters. And then of course third and fourth was Josh Howard and Kenny Bush, one of my favorite people in the world.
Good old Kenny Bush.
Kenny Bush on his like fifth and sixth games of that list, which felt insulting.
I will also say because he played Tim in round 6, didn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah. So that game was 84-77.
That's crazy.
Which is unreal because when we left the venue, they were maybe in round 2 and they were talking about how neither of them could play the long game.
Yep. And they
seemingly played the long game.
Yeah. What a game. But we had a lovely trip back and here we are back home, got a little crud going on, but it was a great tournament. So as far as your takeaways are concerned, Joey, how do you feel about your list? What needs to change?
We've talked about it. We've talked about changing lists and building lists and all these things. We've talked about these things before. After playing, admittedly, yes, it's only 5 games. I had played maybe 3 games of practice on the detachment, but after playing those games that are, higher quality games than I'm going to get in like a pickup situation, that list needs to change probably 800 or more points.
Wow. Okay. So what direction do you feel you need to go in?
I need to like double the amount of witch cult units that I have. It was at least three of the 5 games, not the one that I won. So 3 of the 4 games, I was out of witch cult units by turn 3.
Boy, and so all your rules just died.
No rules.
Gotcha.
0 rules. There's only 2 strats that target Drukari.
Wow, okay.
So it's tough.
All right. Okay. As far as my list is still fine. Like that list works, honestly, but I think it has a ceiling. And that's large in part because of its like lack thereof of mobility. 6 Dev Sense puts the fear of God into everyone. However, it moves 4 inches at a time. So I would have to do some really crazy list shifts in order to maintain them. And with their point increase, I just think it's time to just like change it.
Yeah.
Just to
I think their
go
day in the
about
sun,
something new.
I think their day in the sun's probably over.
Yeah, and that's perfectly okay. I was playing them pre-nerf as well, or pre-buff when they went down to 165. Like, I love the unit. I've gotten a ton of use out of it. And in an uppy-downy detachment, I would happily play them again. But right now, after this GT, because we've already submitted lists of Jingle Bombz, I will be changing my approach to Wrath of the Rock after some conversations with Tanner Hebert, who was also who took Best Faction Dark Angels at Slaaneshmas.
Very good. I, unfortunately, with lists being submitted, I very seriously, and you guys did a good job of talking me off the cliff, but I very, very seriously, after going 1 said, I'm just going to take a yellow card and I'm going to change my list for Jingle Bombz because I can't fucking do this again.
Ugh.
You guys did a fantastic job. As I already said, you guys did a great job of talking me off that cliff. I will not do that. I will suffer through this event. I say suffer. Yes, there's 5 rounds. I'm probably not suffering all 5 rounds. Not to discredit anybody that's there. There are plenty of talented people that are playing, but at a minimum,
you should go 3-2 at this event.
Right, probably. There are 2 lists that I know for a fact, unless dice are just unbelievable, I'm not capable of beating.
Yep. I'm obviously taking my list to Jingle Bombz. I feel that I have a chance to win it.
Yeah, I think
so. I'm going to do my best to go for that. That's going to be my goal is to go at least 4-1, if not take the whole thing. We'll see. Wyatt is good at beating me at Warhammer. So if we run into each other early, we'll
That's
see
fair.
what happens.
And Wyatt has his big old tryhard pants on, so
He does. He does. He really wants it. So we're gonna just see if we could beat the kid soldier. See if we can take
put
him
him
down.
down.
Put that kid down. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to Jingle Bombs. It's gonna be a good time. Nothing like a smaller GT after like one that's double the size to kind of help like, bring down everything. It's still gonna be a little cramped, but it's gonna be a good time. I can't
It's
wait.
not terrible. I went in today and all the tables are set up, at least all of barring table 1. All the other tables are set up. It's not bad.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's exciting. Um, so of the lists at Jingle Bombs, is there any that you want to shout out as something interesting that you like
I mean,
or you're worried
I
about?
really do. I really like Kirk's list.
Oh yeah, it's
Um,
great.
like Crusher's just cool, but it is also the same list that he's been playing for the past 2 years. So it's not like super exciting from that standpoint.
Let me take a
Let's see.
moment to put some
You'd go, yeah.
to put some recognition onto Kirk's list here. Kirk has been playing Crusher Stampede when nobody thought it was good. Kirk went 6-2 at Worlds. Kirk it's like the simplest redundancy list you can imagine. It's just triple Maliceptor, triple Carnifex, I think. Triple. Anyway, he
He's playing
runs.
at least 2 because he has old one eye.
Yeah, 1 eye plus 2, and then
I think that's correct.
triple Exocrine, and then he just kind of runs them in groups and just eats the world. Oh, and those ones with the big, the sniper tongue or whatever that thing is.
Haruspex,
Oh yeah,
however you want to pronounce it.
Haruspex, yeah. The ones with the crab claws, and he just like runs around with those tandems and then shoots things with Exocrines, and he just knows how to wield that detachment really, really well. Kirk is definitely in the running to win alongside Wyatt, myself, and Dina, Dale. Honestly, Dale's list is solid. It's strong. So everybody's got a shot.
He did get to sign up. I'm looking.
Oh, that's right. Dale's not coming.
No, Dale is not signed up.
He missed it. He missed the sign up. So he's going to show up to see if anybody drops.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what we were talking about today. We told him to show up just in case somebody is a no-show. I think Paul's list is really interesting.
What did he end up taking?
That, and if we're looking at player skill, Paul is definitely in the running.
For sure. Is he playing Chaos Knights?
No, he's playing Emperor's Children.
Cool. I've never seen Paul play as EC.
Yeah. It's
Is it
more
like
standard.
list?
It's more standard of a list. It's 3 Demon Princes. Only one of them has an enhancement.
Okay.
He's got 2 Lord Exaltants. He has a Cacophonist.
Stop it. It's cacophonist. Don't do that to me.
Infractors, Tormentors, Rhino. 3 sets of Noise Marines. And then, just for fun, because Paul's a monster, he has a double Gatling Despoiler.
That is funny. It doesn't even like solve a problem that Noise Marines can't already solve. He just decided, okay.
It's just, he was like, what if I had a 4th squad of Noise Marines?
Why not? Noise Marines are really good when piloted well.
When
It's
piloted
wild.
correctly, they're nuts.
Yeah. Just so good.
Um,
Cool. Really looking forward to Jingle Bombz.
He's light on melee, but that's okay.
That's interesting for EC Army to be light on melee. I guess we'll see how it goes. But looking forward to it. Thank you, Real Deal, for putting on a GT for us in December. It's super exciting.
I will say, yes, thank you, Real Deal, for putting on a GT for us in December. Also, trophies sponsored by Yop.
Are we? Are you?
Yeah.
Did you
I did.
sponsor? I didn't pay anything.
I did.
What did you do?
I did. It's sponsored.
Excellent.
Our logo is on the certificates.
Hell yeah. I didn't even know that.
Yep. Sponsored by Yop. You're welcome.
Excellent. Well, if you guys are in Northern Idaho or in the Eastern Washington area, go spend your money over at Real Deal. It's a very cool store, very welcoming people. So go enjoy your time. It's lovely. Tell Dale we say hello.
Yes.
All right. Let's shift now to the big topic, which is the Dataslate. We are going
it is
number
big.
1 to put everybody into like a tier based on a very loose rubric I pieced together earlier today. Um, that tier is going to be focused on is it something that you can go X and 1 with? Is it a like an RTT banger you can show up and just like beat up your local seals? Is it competitively viable, as in you could show up to any tournament and go 3-2? Is it a fun army, being that you could play it? It's fine. Or is it an army?
Just an army.
An army? Sure. It's
It is
an army.
one of the armies of all time.
It is one of the armies of all time. So let me go ahead and share my page here. Excellent. Then we should be good. All right.
All right. So you have that, and I have the other thing that we have put together that I'm not going to show because we don't need to, but I'm just going to keep us in order.
Excellent. So what we'll do is we'll be able to go ahead and quickly reference stat check for where they currently live, and then be able to go in between any of the current stuff in order to find the details that we need. So, who's top of the list, Joey?
We're starting off with Space Marines. It's vanilla. They're boring. They exist.
Adeptus Astartes. We caught a few nerfs.
A couple. Nothing. I don't think anything insane. Honestly, I will say just like as a blanket overall, this Dataslate, as big as it is and as impactful as it is one of the most light-handed Dataslates that we've got.
It is a shitload of jabs, except for one haymaker to one specific army.
Correct.
Which
is kind of just the nature of that.
Yeah. So,
which we'll get to. But
yeah.
Space Marines.
So Space Marines. So did they encounter any real changes as far as rules?
Zero, I believe.
None. Yeah.
Oh, no. It's Raven Guard caught one.
Well, that's right. Raven Guard caught one where they removed the turn 1 rapid ingress.
Yeah, there was a different thing too. It had to do with normal move or whatever. Where is it?
Not Raven. How do you spell Aethan Shan?
Aethon.
Well, it's probably in a very different area.
That is classic of it's in the wrong spot.
Yeah. The biggest thing they did is they hit Shadowmark Talon, the detachment. Shadowmark Talon was...
Here it is.
I'm not going to say it was broken, but it was pretty strong.
It's the enhancement.
The enhancement?
Hunter's Instinct enhancement is now in your movement phase.
Gotcha.
If they are in strategic reserve, you can treat it as one higher, so you cannot rapid ingress with it.
So you could do a turn 1 drop in your turn, or... Yeah, okay.
Or nothing.
Cool. Or nothing. They got rid of the rapid. The Victrix Honor Guard went up to 240 and 120 for 3 and 6, which they could still go up points, but whatever.
They could go
at least cost a fair amount now.
Aggressors went down.
He did.
Corsaro Khan went down.
But yeah, he's down to like 60.
No, it's not that. I'm sorry, I lied. It's exactly 60. That's an insane amount of points.
Yeah, he is so cheap.
Eradicators went down. The vanilla lieutenant went down. Cato Sicarius went down. Why?
Because nobody was taking him. Everybody was bringing Captain Sicarius.
Sure. That's okay. That's the difference. Never mind. It's actually Vigatrix were a net negative or a net 0 change because they went down for 3 and up for 6.
Correct. But nobody brings 3.
I know. And you still shouldn't. Van Vets went up. Centurion Devs went up. Surprise.
Overall, point nerfs, rule nerfs. However, if you've got a dream, you've got a detachment for that dream.
Yeah.
So
really nothing. It's a weird one, right? Where it's like, it is significant for the builds that exist right now. It is not significant in the way that it invalidates the army at all.
Right. So if we take a look at where Space Marines currently fit in the meta, let's just take a quick look at their detachments. Gladius Task Force, Blade of Ultramar, and Stormlance Task Force are all behaving in the 60s. The overrep is insane. Victrix Honor Guard are very good, and you just have to have the tools in the meta. They are what currently defines the meta. I'm sure they'll cop at least one more nerf in the next few months here, but this is the reality of it all. And that being said, I'm just going to put Space Marines at the X and 1 bracket, as they are objectively probably the strongest army in the game, which is then only like increased by the fact that Space Marines as a total have a 53% win rate when you include all this crap down here, which is not good play. So, yeah,
Yeah, it gets when you really, really break it down and start looking at it, it gets kind of nuts.
just a little bit. So, even with the nerfs, they're great.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where like the nerfs don't really matter. It just makes some of the more egregious units more fair.
I think that maybe once people figure out how to work around them and whatnot, then things change a little bit. But until then, they're a little cracked, and that's just life at the end of an edition, I think.
That's it. Yeah. So next up we have Blood Angels.
Blangles.
Okay.
Blangles,
Blangles had all of exactly one change
yeah, 10-point reduction on what's his
on the
face, right?
Sanguinor. Woohoo!
Yeah,
Fully doesn't matter at all.
not particularly, no.
This comes from a line of thinking that GW has for this data slate specifically, which I will say I don't agree with.
What's that?
It is so they started it. If you read the article, they started with the guard because that was the first one that came up that had a Grotmus detachment. So, with the brand new Grizzled Company detachment, we have refrained from making additional changes to let us see how the detachment adds new play opportunities for Astra Militarum players. Kind of fine until you look at the other armies that got hit with the same thing. Blood Angels are one of them. They're saying, "Hey, we gave you a new detachment, so we're not going to touch anything else."
Right.
Which again, kind of in the same boat as Militarum, that's fine because these are two armies that are already performing well.
Yes.
So not changing them doesn't hurt them. That is not the case for other armies on this list.
True. Now, as far as where Blood Angels are going to live in this list,
Yeah.
so very
Um,
little to no points drops, very little to
yeah,
no
I think
rules changes.
RTT, right? As a large, because I think a lot of people are going to be doing this. If you're still playing AI, which you should, then X and 1 is still very possible.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
even
yeah.
the new detachment, Death Company 2.0, is good and will win an RTT.
Yeah. The top competitors are talking about how this detachment might be the best detachment, the new one,
Interesting.
which is fascinating because it didn't look that
Uh,
great when I looked at it, but I'm not one of the
I
best
don't know,
players in
man.
the
I'm not a
world.
Marine player, so
It looked
I don't.
fine. It didn't look crazy.
It looked very fine.
Yeah. But I'm definitely like, this is, we speak for the common man. I believe that RTT banger is absolutely true because it's a Blood Angels list, because Blood Angels have access to great detachments, great units. So, yeah, RTT banger for sure.
Blood Angels are just kind of one of the Codex supplements that are really just swimming in all of it.
Yeah, they've always been good. They've been fine. They never
So
stopped being fine.
not really, yeah. Next,
Next,
Dark Angels, your boys,
Dangles. So,
the
I can talk to this one
Dangles.
a little bit. We first and foremost, when it comes to points, we caught two nerfs, which is really just one specifically, which is Azrael. I caught a nerf specifically
With Dev Sense.
which is Dev Sense. So
Yeah.
my list went up 30 points. I was talking to Tanner, his list went down 45 points.
Hell yeah.
Because we got another buff, which is the Ravenwing Black Knights are down to 80 and 160 for 3 and 6. So I am going to be building 6 Ravenwing Black Knights
As
and a
you
command
should.
squad.
Yeah.
So can't wait to play with that. But Dark Angels, I believe, are in a fine position because they do have multiple playable detachments between Company of Hunters, which is really good, and Wrath of the Rock. Those are really only the two viable competitive choices that you have. Obviously, you could play Gladius, but
But I also don't think that we should be considering that in the moment. If we're looking at Dark Angels, we should look at Dark Angels detachment.
yeah. So Dark Angels, they have two competitively viable detachments. I think they're an RTT banger because you can go in and win games all the
Now,
time
are
with
we
them.
saying that competitively viable is worse than RTT Banger?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. So just think
understood.
of it as A B.
Sure. All right, that's all you got for Dark Angels?
Yeah. There's really not much to go off of. They're
There's
fine.
not.
They
They're
were
fine.
barely touched in the end, and I think they're great
Yeah.
still. And
If you
if we
weren't
take a look
playing
at
Dev
like their
Sense,
current win rates, yeah,
like
nobody
if you
was.
weren't playing Dev Sense, they're basically unchanged.
Yeah, correct. And like people coming in like overall 49% win rate for the faction. Some random guy with 86%. But Company of Hunters and Stormlance apparently playing well. A lot of people like me ruining Wrath of the Rock win percentage over the weekend.
Mhm.
But when it comes down to it, they're fine. You could go X and 1, you could win tournaments with them, but by no means are they the end all be all of the best Marine
Right.
option.
Not at all. Speaking
Moving
of one of the
on,
best Marine options available,
who is it?
let's talk about Black Templars.
Black Templars also caught some nerfs.
Some. However, none of them were undeserved. And I don't think any of them were over the top. I think they're wildly fair.
100%.
It is hilarious if you're part of it to go look. The Black Templar section of the Art of War Discord is unbelievably pouty, and it's hilarious.
That's not surprising in the slightest.
No, not at all. It is just all doom and gloom. But Castellan went up 10 points. He's still only 70. And for what
Still
he
fine.
does, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yep.
Honestly, all of their I say all, their 3 points reductions don't matter.
No, because those nobody takes Crusade Ancients, nobody takes Execrators, and Valiants are fine. Like whatever.
Valiants are fine. Emperor's Champion went to 100. That's fine.
Yeah, he's worth more than that.
And their Repulsor Executioner went to 235.
Which makes sense because their Repulsor Executioner is awesome.
I was going to say, yeah, at 235, it's still fine.
Still fine. Like very fine, in fact.
At 235, you can still comfortably put 3 on the table.
Yep. Without even blinking.
So,
because
without blinking.
That good. What
They
didn't go down was Marshall. They didn't touch the Marshall, which is one of the reasons why Black Templar are so good. They didn't touch the Sword Bros. Like
they didn't touch Sword Bros. They didn't touch either named character.
Nope. They caught some point nerfs, but in the end,
but like,
they're fine.
It's one of those two. I mean, yeah, you're taking Castellans, right? Like that's going to happen. You're taking Repulsor Executioners, or you probably should. The Emperor's Champion is not an auto include. He wasn't before. He's still not. So his points increase isn't that impactful.
No, I do think that I'm actually fairly certain that he was an auto include in like the top tier list. Pretty certain.
I would not if it's I think when I say auto include, I mean that like everyone is taking it, that you don't build a list without it. If he's in if he's in the lists of the people that are doing exceptionally well, I think that's a little bit different. That just says yes, that unit is very good.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to take we can check dirt sheets or something like that, but I'm pretty sure that he was an auto include.
That's fair. Yeah, I think they're fine. I don't think that they changed their positioning in the meta in this game at all.
Nope. They're still super good, Black Templars, but there's so many people that play them that, people fall down.
There they are.
Yep. They are perfectly
50?
in the middle.
Yeah, and it's all Stormlance.
Pretty much. Stormlance and
That's
Gladius.
not changing.
No, not right now. Not with the meta the way it is, which is a heavy infantry melee meta. You're just going to have people doing advance and charge. It's that simple. So,
all right.
Let's move
Time
on.
for my favorite Marine.
Ooh, what is it?
The Death Watch.
The Death Watch.
They watch from death.
If you guys have not listened to the War of the Beast review from Adeptus Ridiculous, you should. It is hysterical in every way because those books are so bad and they just talk through them. It's incredible.
Those books are really bad. And like for reference, I'll say, because I know you don't know all that much. For reference, GW has written, I think, 3 books that were adapted to be appropriate for children.
Yeah.
And these books are worse.
Wow. Okay.
They're bad.
Boy. I don't have a little icon for Death Watch, so we're just going to have to pretend it's somewhere.
We'll have to pretend that it exists.
We'll just pretend it exists. As far as points go for
They had
Death Watch,
one change.
yeah,
The
nothing
Indomitor
really
kill team.
crazy. Yeah,
That's
I
it.
don't have to. Yeah, it went up. Like went what up 10 points?
It went up 10 points, which last Dataslate, it went down 10 points. So
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
It's super
They're
fine.
fine.
That kill team is insane. It's still only 265. It's still really good.
Yep, that's the Gravis team, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, it's very, very good. Death Watch remain very good simply because they're incredibly mobile. You can do crazy stuff with them. You go up, you down, you kill things, and sometimes you don't kill things. Okay, like
And that's it.
they're
That's what you
just
got.
another Marine faction. I want to put them in the competitively viable category
I
just
think that's
because.
fair. I think because they are super cool. But like, if we're being serious, very nearly 100% of their competitive success has been because of player, not because of the army.
Correct. If you are a really good player from the Northeast that goes to LVO, you can go and win LVO. That's simple. So, Death Watch, we salute you.
Yeah.
You competitively viable
Um,
army because you're not oppressive.
right. They're not oppressive and they don't have a ton of like uppy downy is a style that you have to get used to
Mm-hmm. It takes a lot
because
of time.
armies that do it well are very thin because they can do it.
Correct.
So you have to know what you're doing with this army or you'll just be punished because you're overpriced Marines.
Correct.
So continuing Marines that aren't overpriced.
Ooh, who are they?
Let's talk about Space Wolves,
Ooh.
the
So
furry boys themselves.
we got some cool stuff with Space Wolves.
Some really cool stuff with Space
Yeah.
Wolves,
Which
honestly.
first, what we have to highlight is this badass new detachment they have,
It's
which
so cool.
is the direction that they should have gone with every Marine faction, which is give them some kind of Gladius variant that
Mhm.
lets them do a thing with their faction leader.
And
That's
like,
cool.
get these fucking T's and C's out of here, dude. They're ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like, why do we have 4 iterations of First Company when they produce something as cool as what they did for Space Wolf?
Yeah. Which
So
is
it's a pick one of
what?
3 for 3 turns. If you have
Yep.
Logan, you get to pick one twice.
Saga of the Great Wolf, which is
Saga of the
fucking
Grey Wolf. Yeah.
sick.
It's cool. As far as points go,
They got nothing but decreases.
nothing but decreases. Look at that. Bjorn went down. Grey Hunters went down. Iron Priest went down, which is a really good model.
Yep.
Murderfang went
Murderfang
down.
went
The
down.
Vendread went down.
The
Like it's
Vendread, fine.
yeah.
Bjorn and Murderfang are really important. Grey Hunters went down 15, and I still don't think it's enough to play them.
No, Grey Hunters aren't very good.
But everything else is really cool. So
Yep. Absolutely. The Iron Priest going down 5 to me is an absolutely like crazy thought. Because the Iron Priest makes head takers go boom like pretty hard.
no, that's the Wolf Priest.
That's right. The Iron Priest is the
The
one that
Iron
does the
Priest is the Tech
vehicles.
Marine. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, he needed to go down in points because they nerfed his ability so much, which is rapid on one weapon, right?
I believe so. It is a rule that doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, just kind of I think it's just helpful for like Marine list building. It is a model that's below 60.
Yep, which is often hard to find.
Right. So it's just kind of it's a niche that you need to fill sometimes. And if you're taking Murderfang and Bjorn, then maybe you have a use for him.
And I think they just aligned him with all Tech Marines, actually.
I believe that that is also true. I think Tech Marines are 55.
Now, as far as this army itself, I think they are at the bottom of the RTT banger list. They're still just kind of standing there without a lot of really awesome shooting options,
Mm-hmm.
which, and this is a game with guns in it. So just going to drop them to the bottom of the RTT banger.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, obviously, we're still looking at fucking tier 2. It's just, oh no, the bottom of it, like it's fine.
No, yeah, it's fine. Like it's
Turns out most
good.
Space Marines are good.
Yeah, that's
We'll
correct.
continue with think the last Space Marine.
Which one is that?
which is Grey Knights.
Grey Knights. So this is boring. Grey Knights
Surprise,
got,
it's Grey Knights and it's boring. Unbelievable.
yeah, they got a couple of point decreases, so technically buffed.
But are they points decreases that matter? Let me see.
It's interceptors.
Interceptors, and purgation. Purgations don't matter at
Yeah,
all.
purgations don't matter. Interceptors
The
are good.
interceptor reduction is cute,
It's where it started.
but it's not a big enough reduction that it's going to give them another unit.
No. Like,
So
what's
they're
the
just going
point?
to have an awkward number of points left.
It's so boring. They're fine. They're an army with 6-2 melee weapons that rerolls everything, which should make them very good, in particular in this meta. Like, when I look at the Grey Knights, the way that they're set up with their profiles and their units, you're just like, wow, there's no reason that you should not be shredding this meta. I don't think anybody wants to play them.
No, they're not fun to play.
No.
They're
Because
not.
you
They're
can only
not
bring
fun.
7 fucking things. Like, it's like,
Right.
okay, cool. Like,
And it's not like it's Votan. Like, they're not even cool, the past 2 generation models. These are 20-year-old dudes.
Yeah, literally 20-year-old models.
And it's the same way that Grey Knights have played for the past 5 years. Like, all of 9th edition and all of 10th edition, this is the way that they've been played, and it's boring, and we're over it.
Yeah. So, out of spite, we're putting it into the fun army category.
Yeah, fuck them. Like,
Because
they are good. They are good.
They are good. They're actually good. They are a competitively viable army.
But the lack of fun, I don't like.
It's pretty impactful. They have access to all the damage 3 in the world with side cannons. All their profiles love this meta. It's good into infantry. It's just nobody fucking wants to play them.
Right.
So,
Literally nobody wants to play him. We talked about that with Kenny this weekend.
Yeah, it's sad because Kenny's a very good Grey Knight player too.
Yeah. All right. Let's leave these Space Marines alone. People are
Moving
tired of
on.
hearing about them.
Yes.
We're moving on to Banana Boys.
Or Banana
It's Adeptus
Boys.
Custodes.
Adeptus Custodes! The good old golden grotto of gigantic good boys. I don't know. Everything started with a G, technically.
Yeah, that's fair. They're good.
They're good. They're competitive. They're
Cool.
a competitively viable army. There's
0 rules changes. Some points decreases. Again, a very similar to Grey Hunters situation, where like they got points decreases. Doesn't really matter. They might, maybe, depending on your list, you might pick up a new unit. Maybe. Cool. 1 extra unit isn't really something that Custodes have been crying about. What they have been crying about is the fun rules, and there's the stagnant way that the army plays, and that has changed not at all.
It's just like Grey Knights. They're just Space Marines that are too elite to give any cool flavor to. Because once you push them over a certain threshold, they become broken.
Right.
And nobody wants that.
They're a hard army to balance. And right now, they have caught, I say right now, for this edition, they've caught they got hit with the boring stick. So
they really did. And that's just part of being released early in the edition.
Yeah. Yep.
We can move on.
All right. We can move on. Did we put them in fun? Where do we put them? Competitive?
We put it in competitively viable because they are competitively viable.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Who's next?
It's Admech.
Adeptus Mechanicus. The tangliest boys.
The tangliest boys. I will preface this with, okay, so no rules changes, just points. I will preface this with what we asked for and what we said needed to happen is exactly what happened.
Correct. They got a bunch of point
I think
nerfs.
it happened in the wrong spot.
Where do you think it happened? Well, like what specifically do you believe it went wrong?
It's Call.
Oh, he did go up like 35 points.
He went up 35 points, which further reference puts him at 210 points.
Okay. Well,
he is good.
He does give you ultimate moment, to be fair.
Right. He does. My argument is that Space Marines just have that.
Yeah.
I have to pay 210 points for it, and he has to be alive.
But we have 10 units.
That's not true. That's not
Sorry,
true.
We have 10 units on the table.
Again, the points increases needed to happen. My Halo Creed list went up 90 points. That's pretty much exactly what it should have gone up. It's just, I don't think that call was one of the things that needed to go up. I think those points could have been put somewhere else.
Perhaps. I think he should have gone up some amount of points. I just don't know if 35 was the right number.
Yeah, he's not a 210 point model. He's not.
I think he's pretty good.
He's good. He's not 210 points.
At least he doesn't cost 325.
Sure. Are you talking about the Lion?
Talking about Primarchs, yeah.
That's not comparable at all.
I know, but it's 100 points less, so that's fine. He gives you an incredible army buff as long as you keep him alive. And then eventually he comes out and goes slap, slap, right?
Not really.
He can.
He might go pew pew. He doesn't really go slap.
Well,
he doesn't really slap.
That said, Siegler's list went up 200 points.
Yes, Siegler's list in particular. And if you're playing cohort got hit very hard.
Yes, it did.
Because the things that went up were, obviously we said call, chickens went up 10 points, which is fine. There's still 85 points for twin linked las cannons or twin linked sustained auto cannons. Like, they're phenomenal.
You could take that 35 from call, reduce it by 15 and put those 20 into the chickens and they'd still be fine.
Honestly, yeah. I think as long as chickens, I think you always take chickens as long as they're below 100 points.
I agree. Yeah.
So, they went up 10 across the board. So 10, 20, 30, for unit size. The Skystalkers, which is the good version of the bats, went up 5, 10. That's fine. That only puts them to 75 points, which is comparable to units in other armies that do the same thing.
Fair enough.
Infiltrators went up and Ruststalkers went up, both the same. They went up 5 for the 5-man and they went up 15 for the 10-man. So you're paying 5 extra points to take a 10-man.
Okay. All right. Those all seem mostly on point,
They are, again, like I said at the start, it's pretty light-handed, wildly fair.
Yes.
There are plenty of other units that could have caught nerfs and did not.
Correct. I do feel that it doesn't hurt them that much. I think they're still going to be
I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I think you're looking at X1. Like, this army didn't change. You lost a unit.
Yeah, this is a GT winning army. You go from 23 units to 22 units. Congratulations.
Right. Darn.
They're great still, and they'll continue to be great.
I will say that it is a weird one, and not everybody's list is going to do this, right? But Halo, my list in particular is a little bit weird because I don't have any units that are 90 points. So that means that I have to drop 2 units and change things, which is fine. That is, I'm not complaining about that at all. It's just something that I have to sit down and really look at.
Yeah. So considering you haven't put it on the table all that much, it just takes that much more thought exercise.
Right. Which is, I don't know. It is what it is.
Yep. By the way, the Mechanicus was coming in at a 61% win rate.
Okay, so they have officially passed the point of healthy in GW's eyes.
Yes, they are not a healthy army at all, and they're going to need probably another round of point hits because I don't want them to fuck their rules.
Psalm is at 70? That's crazy.
That's not enough games. It's only 5.
Oh,
one
never
player.
mind. Okay, yeah. Cool. I will say it's a good detachment, but nobody's playing it.
Right.
There's the one that matters.
Yep, Skitarii Hunter cohort's doing fine, and Halo Screed is also doing fine.
Halo Screed's doing fine.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the docket, Guard.
The Guard. The Astra Militarum.
No, the Guard.
No, the Imperial Guard. Trademark. Not a lot of changes here, huh?
No. So they hit the same thing. Was actually 0 changes.
Yes. 0 changes, except
the new detachment.
Which
is not a Dataslate change.
No.
That's a Grotmus change.
It's a Grotmus change, but now they have at least one more very good detachment in an army of, let's just face it, not the greatest, highest skill set of players. Talking to you, Catachan guy. And I'm sure there's a Catachan guy out there who's very good at this game.
Definitely. At least one. I know at least one. And that's it.
But their new detachment is like the drop detachment, except It's not specific to like it's not tied to a singular unit with jetpack.
Yeah, yeah, it's very much the drop the scion detachment, just kind of with whatever you actually want to take,
Exactly.
which is fine.
Yeah. Every guard I player I know is losing their mind about the detachment. I
Uh-huh.
looked at it and didn't see a ton of utility. Where are we off on that, Joey? Because you and I both came up on the same idea.
I don't think we're super far off. I talked to Kenny about it a little bit, and it's more his kind of thought on it was like, yeah, there's not a ton of utility in the detachment, but the utility in guard generally comes from the unit,
Gotcha.
and that's not changing. And so the way that this detachment gets looked at is big damage good.
Big damn good. Yeah. It's just a very upfront can do damage. When I read it, all I saw was, wow, that's a lot of Rogel Dorn stuck behind walls.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
And
all
they're good.
that said, they're going to be fine. I think that this gives
I think that
them,
yeah, it gives them another option, which is cool. I say it's cool for guard players. It will be for some people, it will be frustrating to play into because it is another thing that guard has. And so when you get the guard matchup, you have another thing to consider, and it's another version of the list that you're not sure which one you're playing. So they remain a very hard army to prepare for.
correct. And they just have all the profiles that go into what's good in the meta right now.
They're very much it's the Space Marine problem. They have an answer to everything. They just, unlike Space Marines, they don't have a list that is solved,
Fair enough. Fair enough. There's a lot of
which I
different
think is
ways to play guard.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. And because of that, I'm not going to put them into the RTT banger. I'm going to put them at
Mm-mm.
competitively viable right now because you can't just quickly do a like look online and find like the list.
Right. Yeah.
So it's right
Yeah,
in the
that's fair.
middle. It is good if you're good.
Yeah.
Raises the floor a little bit on guard players because I think it's at guards at like a 49%,
Yeah,
something
they're a
like
little
that.
low. They're a little low, but that is pulled down by Catachan Man.
That is. That's correct.
Not not the Catachan Man I know. We are talking about stereotypical Catachan Man. It's pulled down by people like Trader Guard, right? As cool as he is and a nice person, and honestly, we talked about it. If he were to take it seriously, a very good player, he just
Yeah.
doesn't want to be.
Yeah, let me just say something about Reed. Reed learned everything about my army in about 13 seconds. Never had to
Yeah.
ask me about profiles and stuff ever again. And if Reed put his energy into like the competitive side of things, he would be a very, very competitive and good player.
Right. And it's just like that. That is like antithesis of Guard. He's playing for fun. And there is a lot of that, and those people go to tournaments, and that pulls those numbers down.
That's right.
So
Nope. 48% win rate. I think this is going to lift their win rate just a couple of percentage points, just innately, just because it is a good long enough that it's going to take advantage of like other lesser players' skill sets to where it just kind of punches people in the mouth. All right, let's move on.
sisters.
Let's just put them up there. What
Well,
happened?
you're gonna move them.
No, what happened?
So they got no rules changes, not a one.
One.
What they did get was a points increase on every single one of their good units.
That's correct.
We got 10 points on a Cannon S, 10 points, or essentially just removing the discount for taking 10 Sacrosants, 10 points on Dominions, 10 points on the Hospitaller, 15 points on Vol, 15 points on Retributors, and 10 points on Sanctifiers.
It was pretty rude. This is a really hard hitting.
I think the average Sisters list probably went up 200 plus points.
Anywhere between 100 and 200 points, yeah, which is nuts.
They got their vulvas slapped. Like they got hit.
Yeah,
They
it
got
was
hit
a lot of
real
points.
hard.
Luckily, no rules were hit, and it's just points. I don't think they're sitting in the X and 1 tier anymore because they lost 2 units roughly.
Yeah, they lost 2, maybe more, depending. There are still multiple important units that did not go up. So like they weren't slapped into the unplayable, but their win rate will go down significantly, I think.
I think it's gonna drop at least a few percent because of the fact that people are just gonna abandon the faction.
Right. And I mean, I think in a world where we're trying to live in the 50s, a few percent is significant.
Yeah. It'll take them down and out of the unhealthy zone most likely, which is,
Yeah.
what everybody wants.
And
I
how
still
far
think they're the
how far
best
into
of the
that were
second
they?
tier though.
I
What's
think
that?
it's fair. Where were
They were number 2
as
at
a
61%.
at 60? Okay, so tied with AdMech and with the same problem, 1 or 2 units too many.
6%, sorry. Just
What was
on
it?
the edge
Okay.
of healthy. That's
So they were, but yeah,
but people playing the sacrosanct list or Army of Faith were in the 60%. So
right.
we
Yeah,
just
and I mean,
had penitent host
like I
players
said,
bringing them down.
there's plenty of stuff. Paragons didn't get touched, which, to be fair, thank God, because if Vol and Paragons got hit, that'd be insane.
Yeah. That army goes straight in the dumpster if we do that.
Yep. Neither of the jump packs got hit. Novitiants are fine.
You can still
Battle
be a pain in
Sisters are
the ass with
fine.
Celestine.
Yep. You don't take a ton of Battle Sisters, but they are fine. Celestine didn't get touched. Flagellants didn't get touched.
You have
None
a
of the
high
tanks got
floor.
touched. So, like, Castigators, Immolators, both still very good.
Yep.
So, the
Sisters are
army is fine.
fine. Yeah.
It has gone down.
The really good diehard Sisters players, like Scott Ketchum over at the Sisters podcast.
I believe it's Ash Ketchum, but yes,
I think it's Scott Ketchum. Are you doing a
brother.
Pokemon joke?
I am. Thank you.
It's heckin'
All
Wimby
right.
here.
It's heckin' windy.
Yes, we're just gonna put Sisters at the top of the second tier.
I
They
think
might
that
make
is
their way
good.
back up to the top tier depending on who's playing. We'll see.
We'll see. Imperial
All right.
Knights,
Imperial Knights, who got a little love.
a little love. They got a little love. They heard the crying that said, Chaos Knights Codex is better than me. What happened?
I want bang bang.
So I want to do good again. No rules changes, which is good because their Codex rules are fine.
Yes.
It was a points problem. So
Yes.
almost all of the big ones went down. We had 5 big boys go down. The Crusader, the Defender, the Errant, the Gallant, and the Warden all went down 10 points.
Great. Good for them. I think it frees up like a trash unit.
Yeah. Yeah, it frees up the ally, the one ally unit that they take from the army that doesn't exist and lets you take it again. So that's cool, I guess.
Cool. Didn't they get one small army change where their stuff is a little easier to attain now? I think they did.
Not in the Dataslate. It
You'll wanna
might be
check.
in their it's
Yeah.
in their codex
Yeah, in their
download.
little supplement thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so from my understanding, they can accomplish some of what they do in a little bit faster now, in a smoother way than it was before, which already was just kind of, if you're winning, you would accomplish those things, and now you're going to accomplish those things more effectively
Which is good.
without having to be in a winning position to do it.
Yep. Cool. Next is the army that doesn't exist. And to further the fact that it doesn't exist, GW didn't even talk about it in the article.
Are we talking about
And that's agents.
Imperial agents? I don't think they have a card. Nope.
They got 0 changes, no points changes, no rules changes, not
have a
even a
card.
discussion from GW. Nothing. Where are they? Put them on the bottom.
In army?
Can we go further? I see. That tier is just for them.
Yep, that's their tier. So, quick question before we move on. Imperial Knights, are they competitively viable now or are they fun?
I think they're viable. But honestly, I think that they were viable before. Yeah, I do still think that they are. It's a weird one. I think that they are viable with the exception of, like, I don't know, diehard Imperium fans, which, why? If you're going to play whatever, 3 bigs and 4 or 5 littles, then why aren't you just playing Chaos Knights?
Makes sense.
And I don't think that really changes with the 20 points that your list is going to gain. So, maybe fun.
We'll put them at the very top of fun.
Yeah, and I'm honestly only putting them at fun because I'm just going to ask people why they're not playing Chaos Knights.
Pretty much. Chaos Knights are better and everybody's okay with you proxying then the Chaos Knights as them. That's fine. Or them as Chaos Knights. So
them as Chaos Knights. Nobody cares. Chaos Knights are cooler because Digidegrade legs are sick, but It's fine.
Don't play Imperial Agents. Don't let Games Workshop keep getting away with that bullshit.
Don't do it. Moving swiftly on, it's Chaos Space Marines.
CSM.
They got some changes.
They did.
They got a detachment.
Correct. They got a new Grommas
Which
detachment that
is
kind of sucks.
Fine. Yeah. It's, what was the other one? Dread Talon. It's better Dread Talon, but that bar was too low. So better Dread Talon doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, it's like going one rung up on the ladder, but you have 30 steps still to go.
Right. Which makes this so funny. Overall, we're happy with where Chaos Space Marines are. That is true overall. And they also got the new Nightmare Hunt detachment to be excited about.
I guess?
No.
Not really.
No? Yeah. So we, on a points level, Fabius went up. Super fair. Everyone is taking him, even if
He
you're
was
not
too cheap.
playing, even if you're not playing creations, everybody was taking him. And GW has, I think I'll say this last year began establishing the fact that they don't like auto includes.
Unless it's the Lone Op Lieutenant.
Unless it's the Lone Op Lieutenant, and he'll never get touched because they love him.
Yeah, he's great.
But they have made it a pretty solid point that they don't like auto includes. And so when Fabius Bile was included in everything, even outside of creations, he went up. He went up 15. He's 100 points. Still worth it. Chaos Lord and Terminator armor went down because nobody plays them. And the Forge Fiend went down.
I hate that.
Which
I
is
hate that
neat.
with a passion because that is so good into the meta. And Wyatt, Child Soldier Hammond, loves to play Forge Fiends, and we can expect to see 3 as he will continue to roll with the Devil's Luck.
Yep. It's one of
With
those
them.
things too, like, again, same as Space Marines. I'm not a Chaos Space Marine player, so there's not a ton that I know. I know that like something is gonna get, a unit will be swapped. 3 Forge Fiends went down 30 points. I don't really know what that gets you,
I don't know either.
but it is good.
Yeah. I think it frees you up to like play around and poke around to different utility stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if you had a squad of 3 Nurglings, that was 40, and so now you can take a squad that's 70 points, which notably is bikes.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, Wyatt's been running 6, so he might be able to just bring 9 in the future.
Just bring 9. Yeah, it's cool.
It is incredible to me that CSM has continued to have such poor win percentages, even though I know for a fact that CSM is a great army, seeing as they just won LGT. So yeah. In the right hands, it's very good. Renegade Raiders is a phenomenal detachment. How it's at 44% win rate is beyond me.
Because everybody plays it.
I guess. And then Veterans of the Long War is also good because it's just good rules. A bunch of good stuff you can do.
Oath of Moment's just good.
Oath of Moment is just good. And then you have all the reactive stuff that Space Marines do, but in CSM. I feel like there's just a lot more droolers that play CSM in the end.
Yeah.
So where does it go? I believe that it's an RTT banger list, but you might feel differently.
No, I think that's accurate. That is very true. I mean, my round 5 was into a wildly off meta Chaos Space Marines list and detachment, and it's still fucked.
Yep. Specifically right now in the meta, especially in like Raiders, dude, like people should be playing that. Like if you have access to that army, like just play it and see how you feel about the Victor's Guard now.
Yeah. Yeah, see how scared of Victrix Guard you are when you put 10 possessed into them that are almost the same points cost.
Yeah. Or you point one
Forge Fiend at them and you wipe
Forge
them off
Fiend
the
at
table.
them. Yeah, and then wound on 3s, and then give them a bunch of dev wounds that they can't save against, and you're at like AP 5. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
It's so good. They should be so much better than they are.
Yeah, I agree. Who did we put? Did we say Space Wolves was bottom of RTT, or were we talking about?
Yeah.
Competitor?
Yeah, cool. I think Space Wolves are the bottom of RTT.
Cool. Yeah. Chaos Space Marines, good.
Yep. They're just good.
All right. The Demons. The Demons got a lot of changes.
It doesn't exist on my list.
All over the place. They got a lot of changes. all over the place. Some of them fair, some of them strange. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about this one because it's interesting to me.
Go for it.
So we see Rodriguez went up. Fair. Or no, Rodriguez, yeah, he did go up. Let me pull up to Chaos Demons. Like, I don't think any of the points changes were crazy. Oh yeah, they didn't put it in the field manual, which really upset, like, or not the field manual, whatever it is, the balance, the points document. There is not a Chaos Demons section in the point document. They are all listed under the army that they are included in and not in their index, which makes me worried. Anyway, Rodriguez went up. The Endless Gift for the Great Unclean One was reworked.
That is the change I'm
And-
most excited about as far as demons are concerned.
Yes, I think the change is fair. Went from 45 points to 30.
And then lost the 4 up to a 5.
And then lost the 4 up to a 5 up. Now, the Great Unclean One has a 6 up on his data sheet. So from a 6 to 5, I am not convinced is worth 30 points.
Yeah, you'd have to be very like, okay, I have nothing else that's remotely durable, so I need this.
I think, and I mean, unfortunately, it is what they wanted. I think a lot of lists don't run him anymore.
They haven't been running him for a while, even with
Like,
Endless Gift.
5 up is still good. If it were me, I would like to have seen the Great Unclean One maybe go up 15 more points, and then his Feel No Pain to just change to a 5.
Yeah.
And move on.
Then they'd have to rework that entirely.
Sure. And that would be fine. They could do it, but they didn't. Anywho.
Small indie company, so.
Yeah. Super small indie company. Karos and Lord of Change both went up 15, which I thought was bad.
Except
And then I saw their rules change.
Yeah, they're a little stronger now, aren't they?
And their shooting went from D3 damage to 3.
Yeah, they're so good.
And Karos's indirect, which was AP1 D3 damage, is now AP2 3 damage.
So are you playing demons moving forward? Is that the plan?
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's looking good. I think AP2 AP2 on an indirect weapon is a wildly important change.
It's huge, yeah, because there is then always at least an AP now.
Right. Because like you're obviously, your default given cover. So now you're kind of not.
Now you're kind of not. And if you have access to ignore cover,
which you do, like it made my Zinch list way more exciting because the Lord of Change rule didn't change. So they're still sustained D3, but now they're flat 3 damage.
Wild.
So seems real good. Keeper Secrets went down to 240. It's cute. They're still not good. If you're not taking the Guo, I think you can afford it if you want to take one for fun. I don't think it's going to kill your list, but they're still fine. Shalaxi went down 40 points, which is a huge decrease.
That is gigantic.
She's still not playable.
Gross.
The perspective and the way that I have to look at it, because I thought about it, she's 340, which makes you think maybe she's 340 and not better in any way than Scarbrand, who's 305.
Boy. All right. That's fair.
So it still hurts.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the big stuff. That's the big changes. It's interesting. The list, like Pure Demons will still more than likely be Monster Mash. It will just be a different menagerie of monsters to mash with. As much as I want to put them X1, I think they're RGT banger because if you don't roll 4-ups, you'll just lose.
Look, we just went to an event where 3 of the top players were all playing big demons, so
yeah,
they're a banger for sure.
For sure. Yeah, and if we lived in a world of averages, they'd be X1.
Yeah.
But we don't.
No.
So taking that into consideration, I think RGT banger is perfectly fair.
Excellent. Moving on. Who's our next army? Death Guard.
It's Death Guard. Death Guard. So GW, first off, said they received significant changes in the last update. as they were overperforming, and they are now happy with where they sit in the current landscape.
Current landscape being that Death Guard is sitting at 46% win rate, which is just enough.
Honestly, barely fine.
Barely fine.
And
It
then it
looks
says,
Champions is still doing fine. Flyblown is doing fine. Everything else is middling except for Death Lord's Chosen.
yeah. The Land Raider was changed to be equal to the CSM Land Raider, and then Rodriguez was changed because demons were changed, and that's it.
Yeah. It seems Death Guard has been relegated to Team's army that's easily
Yeah.
countered.
Yeah.
Which, yikes.
Yikes, indeed. Big yikes, kind of.
I guess we'll see what happens. I think mostly it was competitive abandonment, if I had to put my finger
a lot of
onto
it
anything.
Was. All right.
So where do they live? Fun?
I think they're fun.
Yeah. If you love Death Guard, you're playing Death Guard. If there were more people playing it and like really ideating on it still, you could probably see them in competitively viable, but as of right now, it's just
because
kind
like
of sad.
if you're good with Death Guard, you're still going to be good with Death Guard.
Yeah.
Those people are kind of few and far between. So
Correct. Because it takes a certain kind of personality to stick with Death Guard this long.
it does. It's the kind of personality where you hate yourself.
Pretty much.
Emperor's Children
EC.
actually have some bigger points decreases than I realized. So they had one rules change, which was in the rapid evisceration detachment. So it doesn't matter because people don't play it.
Nope. No one cares.
So, and it's just the detachment rule. The detachment rule now works on transports.
Wow.
So where it's the reroll hit rolls, reroll wound rolls of 1. If you got out of a transport, it now just also works on the transport. If for whatever reason you wanted to reroll 1s to hit and wound on the 3 attacks that your Rhino
On
has.
your Rhino. Incredible.
Cool.
Incredible.
Unreal. So good. Chaos Spawn down 10, good.
Sure. Play them.
Terminator's down 15, doesn't
Great.
matter.
No one cares.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Flawless Blades are still better.
Yep.
Demon Prince down 15 is, I guess, cool, but the Foot Demon Prince in EC doesn't do anything. Wing Demon Prince up 15 hurts a lot.
Yeah, because that's like their unit. Their good unit.
It's one of their most reliable units.
100%. It has lots of ways to deliver wounds in very different ways, which is interesting.
And I'm not sure at 215 before enhancements that you run 3 anymore. And if you don't, I don't know what you do.
I'm pretty sure you keep running 3. The unit's too
Maybe,
good
yeah.
and poses too many problems for armies that otherwise they don't know how to resolve.
You just
Even
live
if
with it
it's
and
a
be
little
sad about it.
expensive, it's fine.
Yeah.
You still want a bunch of rhinos. You still want a bunch of noise marines. You still want 3 demon princes with wings. And then
Yeah.
you fill it in with the rest. What you don't want is Fulgrim.
No, we still don't want Fulgrim.
Even
You
with
can get
his
him outta
new
here.
shiny detachment.
Even with
which-
his new detachment, that is still better for other people than for him.
Yep, you still just bring demon princes in the end.
I love that, and like, it's just that GW has done a good job this season, or this year, this edition, of trying to keep up with where the game actually is. Their writing team is still wildly off base.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's not great.
It's not good. It's the new Court of the Phoenician detachment offering brand new play opportunities, in particular showing some love to Fulgrim. No?
No. Yeah, sure. It was like Fulgrim gets to walk through walls now, but like no one gives a fuck about Fulgrim
He
walking
already
through
walked
walls.
over them, so who cares?
It's insane.
Yeah.
But what the other crazy thing about Emperor's Children, though, a really good Emperor's Children pilot is fucking bananas.
Yeah.
That army
And it's
is
a very
so
different
good.
personality.
Yeah. Like, in the hands of John Lennon, it's the best army in the game.
Right.
I mean, it's incredible to see someone pilot it correctly because the army rule is just so good.
Right. I will say they are definitely still competitively viable. The same problem as Deathwatch, I think, where the right person, they'll be a banger, and then for everyone else, they're viable.
I'm going to put them at the top of viable because There's just so much variance in their play.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Right next to Astra Militarum.
Right next to him.
Yeah.
More,
Who's
more
next?
chaos. More.
More.
Thousand Suns.
T-Suns, which...
T-Suns, they got their dick slapped last time.
And now they've been gently caressed.
They've been gently caressed. I will say, I really like the changes as a demon player. So, their demon detachment now works the way that the fucking rest of them do.
Wow.
And that these Tzeentch demons, when they're close to Thousand Suns, get the Thousand Suns rule. Thank God. It didn't before. It made no fucking sense. It made the detachment actually unusable. And now they do. And it's really good. That's actually really cool. Between that and the changes to the big chickens, really interesting. From a rules standpoint, if we look at points, we see Predator Destructor down 10, one of the few armies that actually runs them. Forge Fiend down 10.
Which is the worst of the Forge Fiends.
Which is the worst of the Forge Fiend because he basically has no rule.
No.
But for that, he's 130.
Which is cheap for a bunch of damage 3 shots.
Yeah, he's worth his data sheet's worth 130. Mauler Fiend down 10 to 120. The Mutalith Vortex Beast is down 5. Rubric Marines in a 5-man are down 5. The regular vanilla Sorcerer is down 5. Doesn't matter. Didn't play it before. Not playing it now. Zangor Enlightened 3-man went down 10. Real good. And then the same with the Zangor Enlightened with bows. 3-man went down 5.
That's awesome.
It's good. It's some good stuff.
Yeah.
It's not anything groundbreaking.
Nope.
But it is, I think, exactly enough to matter.
Yeah. It'll give them another unit or two.
Right.
In the end.
And then it also just made the demon detachment playable, and that's cool. So, because it gives the demons gain the Cabal of Sorcerers rule, and then all of the, whatever they're called, the psychic, the rituals from the Cabal table, all say now that they target a Thousand Sun or a Scintillating Legion unit.
Okay.
So, that's cool.
The interesting things about the data looking at Thousand Suns leading into this was that they were at a 53% win rate, which makes them remarkably healthy.
Yes.
Because the Thousand Suns players are diehard players typically.
And generally good.
Yeah. And you have Michael Mann cooking with gas with Hexwarp Thrall Band right now, just abusing Terminators 2 bricks to 10, if not 30. And just doing work. There is a lot of play there. I think, honestly, especially with some point reductions, I think they're a banger.
Yeah, I think I agree. I will say there was one other change to the Lord of Change that I had forgotten.
Oh, what's that?
And that's him and his big old rod. So it was 12-inch range, 8-1 D3. It is now 18-inch range, 8-1-2.
Oh, that's so much better.
So just essentially Lords of Change just lost all of their variability and just became consistent.
Which makes demons and
it's so good.
Pretty interesting. The shooting demons attachment now is very interesting.
Right, which is Tzeentch, right? That is Kairos. I'm excited to actually try my Tzeentch list now because Kairos and 2 chickens went from kind of decent to really good.
Really effective shooting.
So
there's somewhere in RTT banger. I'm going to put them next to CSM because I'm pretty certain.
That's fair. I like that. Okay, those who eat worlds.
The World Eaters.
No rules changes.
Not a 1.
Not a 1. Points changes, though.
Who went down in points? Is it one of the worst Primarchs in the game?
Yes. It's the second worst Primarch in the game.
One of.
No, second. Yeah, next to Fulgrim. Fulgrim's the worst.
Yeah.
Angron's the second.
Yeah.
Which is just sad because he went from probably the best.
Right. He was gross in the index.
To just fully one of the worst. Just bad. That's where they overcorrected. They went, oh, he's an auto-include? What if he was a never-include?
Which is really funny because they're trying to urge you to include the Lion and Gilliman, yet they're like, don't auto include.
Yeah, but they're like, Angron, fuck that guy. Absolutely crazy. Where the fuck where are world leaders in this detachment? Or in this
At the bottom.
for points? They didn't come up. There they are. Found them. All right. Yeah, Angron went down 20, still not playable. 340, still not playable. Warmongers went down 10. That's fine. At least that points change at least makes you consider them over um the other fucks, jackals. So like, because jackals were just like, jackals are sticky. They're better than they were in the index. Like they actually do damage now.
Yep. You put them next to a demon prince and they're
Yeah.
super
And so
stupid.
Goremongers down 10 to 75 makes them only 10 points more expensive than jackals, and what you get is infiltrate.
Which is every army kind of needs infiltrate right now. So
Right. So that's cool. The Slaughterbound went up an unreal 15.
wow. Why?
I guess GW didn't like how good he was at killing only vehicles.
Wow. Okay. That seems a little intense.
And the Berserker Glaive, to go along with what I just said, that they didn't like him killing monsters and vehicles, also went up 10. So one of your Slaughterbounds went up 25.
Okay. Those are some like the points increase on the detachment enhancement or the enhancements.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I think
that's meaningful.
I think the detachment, yes, it is wildly meaningful. I think that the change to the enhancements was fully unnecessary.
Agreed. But at least they didn't bury berserkers, which
They didn't.
if you were going to try to fix this problem, that's generally how I feel they would have done it, which would be like add 10 points or 20 points to berserkers, which are,
Yeah.
or Karn, who's
What
way too
sucks,
cheap for what he does still.
I agree. What I think sucks is looking at it, World Leaders had two playstyles. It was 8-bound spam
Berserkers,
or Berserker spam.
which is just
And
Karn
now
in a
you
big
made
suit.
8-bound spam significantly worse.
Yeah.
So
So
they
now
have
it's
one
just
playstyle.
berserkers.
So I don't feel great about that.
It's not an awesome change. It's really terrain dependent too. Like if you're on open boards, you
Super
just
terrain
get shot
dependent.
off the table.
I will say, and my co-captain has had some success with it, that they do have a very good demon detachment and nobody has been playing it.
It's pretty solid.
Maybe you should now.
Maybe take a look at it at least. I still think
Because
they're fine. In the
yeah,
end,
they're still
they're only
fine.
losing 20 points, which
They're the most lists you're looking at least 2 Slaughterbound, that's 30. And the Berserker Glaive is 10, so 40.
that's fine.
It's an awkward increase.
It
Is
is.
the problem.
As someone who just took a 40-point nerf or 30-point
Yeah.
nerf, I get it.
It's just an awkward increase.
I still think they're fine. They're competitively viable. I do believe
Definitely. Yeah.
that they are above Grey Knights and Custodes.
By far, and if for no other reason than being fun.
Also that.
So,
Sucks to suck,
that's
boys.
cool. All
Who's
right,
next?
so we're moving to Chaos Knights.
Chaos Knights, the good old big shiny boys, which apparently aren't on this list, so I have to make another
Wow.
of all the factions, just not to
It's
have
fine.
them.
Nobody can see it anyway.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, no rules changes. That's fine. They're fine. Points changes. The Despoiler went up 15, which is fairly significant. The Desecrator went down 10, which I still don't think you take it. The Ruinator, which is the new one,
Yeah.
went down 20.
Wow. What got nerfed?
Nothing.
One.
Which unit got nerfed? The Despoiler.
How much do they cost?
He went up 15. They're 390.
You still take 3 of those, right?
You definitely take 2. I think the third one you kind of think about.
You still take 3.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying that you think about the third one and maybe you don't.
Okay.
Like if somebody brings 2, I'm not going to like question them of like, why the fuck aren't you playing 3? I think there are choices.
Okay.
So that's it for them. They're pretty straightforward.
I'm going to
Nice
put
and
them
simple.
at the bottom of competitively viable, right next to the fun armies that are Imperial Knights. Do you think they should be
Yeah.
higher?
Now I gotta look. What did they say? What did GW say about Chaos Knights? Internal balance adjustments. A point increase on Despoiler to reflect the power of its options to take double guns.
Whole 20 points or whatever? Okay.
Checks out. Yeah, cool. All right. Next is Eldar.
Boy, they're S tier, right? Top of the list in front of Space Marines and
Man, I don't
Mechanicus.
know.
That's where they belong? What happened?
No, probably not.
Oh no, what occurred? What could have hit them so hard?
You know, it's Eldar. They lived in that space for too long, and they do it every edition, and they've been taken out of it a little bit, and that's fine. Eldar are. This is not changing. This is just the design of the army. Eldar are always good,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they're broken, but they're always good.
Are they good right now?
They're still good, but they got hit pretty hard.
They got hit like a ton of bricks. So much of their stuff went up in points. So much.
Everything good. Everything good. Eldrad went up 10. Fire Dragons in a 10-man went up 20. Jane Czar went up 15. Lycus went up 15, which also for reference, Lycus is 135 points.
Probably still overcosted. Or sorry,
Over.
undercosted.
Under?
Yeah.
Golly.
She's still
Well-
one of the best models in the game.
Well, her Warp Spiders also went up 5. Or I'm sorry, 10.
Good.
So her unit hurt pretty bad. Storm Guardians went up 10. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's
Swooping
weird.
Hawks 5-man went up 10.
That's on top of another
And-
point nerf.
On top of another point nerf, and their rules are big.
But yeah. All those shenanigans they used to do with the in and out of transports now require them to have been at engagement rate.
Yes. Now it's bad.
Yeah, it's just not good now.
Yeah, now it is one unit from your army that was eligible to fight.
Yikes.
That's not going to happen.
No, because if they are eligible to fight,
So,
are usually dead.
right. This is the only way it happens, and this situation is insane. And if it happens, your opponent's bad. So, Fire Dragons get out of Wave Serpent, they shoot a thing, they kill it. Not a problem. They do that all the time. Then, Wave Serpent charges some shitty little unit, and the Fire Dragons charge the same unit because the Wave Serpent had to charge it so that it would be close enough for them to get back in it.
Yeah.
This unit needs to be so small and so specific that Fuegan can kill it by himself, because he's the only thing that's charging that's going to kill anything.
Uh-huh.
And then you can get back in.
So in the Eldari mirror, you can utilize your rules.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. You shoot a vehicle, you kill it, you charge rangers, you get back in your vehicle.
Incredible.
It's rough. It's that change by itself is huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
There was a change to one of the agile maneuvers. It's star engines. It's the extra movement for vehicles. Now it is only on an advanced move. It is not just adding to your movement.
Which, thank goodness for that.
Yes, but it also gained all of your guns become assault. So that's fine. Probably, I personally think that the getting back in was the most impactful.
It was, yes.
Because they did it on everything. They did it in the aspect host and in the war host, both detachments that could do it. It's like that. What I think a lot of people will default to thinking is the most impactful is that characters cannot use aspect tokens,
Which is substantial.
which is substantial. But in my experience, and maybe it's just not that much, but in my experience, that is only substantial for Fuegan specifically.
Yeah, really all they did was hit the Fire Dragon interaction. They hit Fire Dragons, they hit the Fire Dragon
hit 'em.
interaction.
Yeah, they hit him and they hit him real hard.
Yeah, and to be fair, it was a stupid interaction. Like, it was too
was.
good. That was
was.
entirely too good.
It was.
So, they
So
got
now,
So what?
Yeah. Now you just have to be really, you have to be very intentional with where your fire dragons go.
I mean, you still like before people figured out that you could do this trick with the fire dragons, people were still playing fire dragons and doing fine.
Yes.
Eldari continue to be okay. They will remain competitively viable on the edge of being an RTT banger when somebody figures out a build. That said, they did get a new detachment, right? Harlequins are back technically because that's all in the same book.
That is the same book. It didn't get touched. None of the Harlequin stuff got touched. I think a lot of the Harlequin stuff is wildly undercosted for what it's capable of doing. That detachment is wildly good.
Which means we're trading stuff away. We're trading away
Yes.
this very known commodity that we all know how to beat at this point to an unknown commodity, which is going to be a fucking terror. That detachment is so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And for Harlequin players, that is Harlequins.
Yes.
But everybody else hasn't seen, like, we haven't seen Harlequins this edition.
No.
Nobody
about
fucking knows
to.
what they do. We're about to.
Yeah.
Boy, are we about to.
I'm gonna put them into RTT banger just because
Yeah.
you know that people are gonna start playing Harlequins. And boy, oh boy, it's gonna be a fun learning curve for everybody.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Moving. God, there's so much stuff. Moving on. It's Drukhari. Drukhari had 3 changes.
What happened?
Ravagers went down 5. Cool. The Reavers lost their discount for being a 6-man. That's
Which you
fine.
learned about this weekend.
Which I learned about this week. I knew they had a discount. I just didn't think that they were that good. They are. And even losing their discount, it's fine because it's not like they're more expensive for taking 6. It's the same. And then they had a rules change, which is good. And that is just in the Venom. So the Venom splits warriors and witches in halves. It combat squads them.
Yep.
Now it also combat squads the Hand of the Archon.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Super good.
Yeah.
Super good.
Wow.
I will say that for this, if anybody is questioning it, because I did see somebody post on the ITC-TO Facebook page asking about it, and I think the question was silly. You just need to read. They were asking if you put the Hand of the Archon in a Venom, can you still pick a objective with their ability? Because they pick an objective if they're on it, they're OC3 and they have a 5 of Invul. There's absolutely nothing in the rules that says that that doesn't still happen because it says before the battle starts. Because what they were pulling was they pulled the Archon, the Hand of the Archon rule, and then they pulled the transport rule that said that you can't use abilities. I'm like, well, that's in the game. So yeah, you still get it. It would be like saying if commandos split, you just lose your bomb squig. Like, that's not how it works.
Okay.
It's cool.
So, based on the shifty nature of Drukhari and how very few really good players are out there, where do you feel they live?
I think they're it's tough, right? Because on paper, they are an X1 faction.
Right.
They are very difficult to play.
Correct.
Which still makes them an RTT banger. However, there's also like 5 different ways to play them.
Which then reduces their competitive viability.
Because we just don't, like, that just throws too many people into the mix and then things become a problem. So yeah, I think competitively viable. The Witch detachment is unbelievably good. 1, if you have those units. And 2, it is so hard to play.
Yeah.
It is so mentally taxing. There is a lot. It is the definition of glass cannon beyond what Drukhari has ever been.
But out of phase charging is so fun.
Out of phase charging, fun. It is the worst out of phase charging that exists, but
Correct.
It's still very good.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep
All
going.
right, next. Next is the 2 that I kind of alluded to when I was talking about things not being changed. And that comes at the hand of 2 armies that are not doing particularly well. And that is Necrons and Orcs.
Necrons and Orcs. Let's 2 for this one. Necrons are competitively viable, that I know.
Yeah.
But
and Orcs are fun.
And Orcs are fun. Sadly. Yeah.
This is what I don't like.
What's that?
They even went as far as to lump it together. And they said Necrons and Orcs. We are happy with where both are currently, especially since orcs got significant changes in the last update. We've kept both factions stable as others are adjusting around them. The extra problem with that is that, yes, like if you look at stat check, Necrons are 51,
Yeah, pretty much always.
52,
Yep.
orcs are 50. So they're both in that healthy range. The problem that I think that sentence from GW doesn't capture is that, yes, you are keeping these two factions stable while everything else is adjusting, but everything else is adjusting up. And these two factions are going to stay exactly where they are, which means they're going to go down.
Yeah, I think that
It's not a good place to be. It's
no,
not good.
with the meta the way it is, Necrons are going to make their way into the fun army category.
Yeah.
And orcs, we'll see. I think they have the chance to be competitively viable, depending on
They
where the
do,
meta
and that's
goes.
a player thing again. So,
But otherwise,
right.
fun.
Yeah, that's 2. Knocked those out pretty quick because they make me sad.
Yes.
Next is Tau.
The anime guns.
The anime guns. Riptides went up.
That they did.
It's honestly to a fair. They're 200 points. They went up to a perfectly fair number.
Yeah, without question. Like that unit is awesome. So 200
Yeah.
points is super fair.
Sky Rays went up a little bit. Also,
Deservedly so.
an awesome unit.
Yep.
Breachers and strike teams both went down a little bit, which is fine. And then the Storm Surge went down quite a bit. I believe he went down 40.
We talked a lot about the Storm Surge.
I talked a lot about the Storm Surge. I love myself a Storm Surge. Let's see. Yeah, Storm Surge went down 40. So he's now 360, which puts him in line to what he is supposed to be, which is a Knight equivalent.
Right. That makes sense.
So it's fine.
They're fine. Would you put them competitively viable or RTT banger? Because I feel like because of their points increases, they're heading towards competitively viable.
They're heading, yeah, they're entering the viable territory, definitely.
Because they've been really good for a while.
They have been. They have been quite good.
Like shockingly good gun lines that like people just weren't playing enough of.
Right.
But now with these points, like they've just taken progressive point increase over the last couple of months here, or a couple of data slates, and yeah, I think they're just getting right in the middle, which I guess is fine.
Yeah, which is fine. It works. It is. They exist. They will still exist.
Yep.
They're fine.
Yep. Next.
Genestealer Cult.
Wow.
Are you ready?
Did they have any changes at all?
Where does your gut put Genestealer Cult?
Right in the middle.
Cool. Leave it there. They got not a single change.
Yep. They are
not
what they
one.
are.
Zero changes.
They were absolutely nuked from orbit in the last data slate.
And then GW said, good, stay there.
Yeah, because here's the thing. The community has always figured it out. This is for you, Floof. What to do next. And then they try to make a change to buff them, and then they get too strong. So let's just see what happens. I don't think this is a bad choice on their part at all.
No, I don't think so. So that's them. Next is their cousins, Tyranids.
Oh, the bugs.
Oh, the bugs. No rules changes. No rules changes.
Few points.
A few points that are cute at being Carnifex is down 25, which is cool. That means one Carnifex is now 90 points. And also the Screamer Killer down 10, so he's 125. That's it. That's all that changed.
Yeah, I believe that Tyranids are in a good spot in the meta right now. They have a lot of profiles that reach all the profiles that are currently running around fantastically well.
And you saw what happens when somebody who is very good at Tyranids plays Sub Assault?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Like when you have Sub Assault that's just good stuff with good guns, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
yeah, I think they're competitively viable.
Definitely. The last of our list. The last but not least, but definitely the shortest. It's Leagues of Votann. 0 rules changes.
But all the points changes.
So many lack of rules changes that they didn't have any rules changes last time. And so their entry just says none.
So they did, however, get a ton of point decreases.
Like an unreal amount of points decreases, which isn't undeserved.
Right.
The opposite of the sisters and Admech, they probably gained a unit or two.
Yeah. The Arcanist goes down 10, Bury goes down 15, Steeljacks 5 and 10 respectively, Call goes down 5, Sagittarius goes down 5. So they at least get a unit.
Yeah, they get at least a unit. So that's cool.
Which is cool because like the Steeljacks are really good. Brand fast, the cyber implant went up 10 points.
Yeah. And that's why it's like, of all the things that they could have done, why are Steeljacks the one that went down?
It's a really good question. Steeljacks are so good. Like they are so good.
Why wasn't it the mortar?
Great question. The mortar is, according to Tim Schneider, one of the best units in their entire codex.
I do think it's good. I am on Team Mortar. But of all the things that could have gone down, I think it's one of them.
It is. I believe so.
Chthonian Berserks could have gone down.
They need to go down. They're way too expensive.
They need to go down. They are actively too expensive. Hearthguard could have gone down.
They're already pretty cheap.
Like, I don't know.
They should probably decrease the points of the Sagittars.
They did. It went down 5.
Oh, they did? Well, like a meaningful amount.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's still 90 points, which is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's more expensive. It's Rhino cost, but
it's more expensive than a Rhino, right? Yeah. Rhino's 80 or 85?
80, yeah. But I guess without guns, okay, that makes sense.
Right. It lost Scout in the Codex. They don't Scout anymore. All it does is Combat Squad. So, like, it's not even as much transport capacity as you get in a Rhino. It's weird.
It's weird. Anyway. It's fine. Leagues of Votann forever continue to live in the middle of the pack. They're competitively viable. They can go and win a super major. But when it comes down to it, there are two, in our opinion, very clear winners at the very top, which is the Space Marines and the Adeptus Mechanicus. And then there's, better yet, we'll just kind of run down the lines. Starting from the top.
Surprise. The two best armies in the game are still the two best armies in the game.
Yeah.
Moving they just forward, changed a little bit.
Victrix Honor Guard spam in Basic Marines. Top of the pack. Adeptus Mechanicus probably interchangeable still, even with the addition, the loss of a unit or two, like still fine. Our second tier of the RTT bangers, we have Sisters on top, who took some pretty heavy point nerfs, but like that army's still really strong. Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Black Templars, Thousand Suns, Chaos Space Marines, Space Wolves, Demons, and Eldari, because we don't know what's going to happen with the Harlequin detachment. I have a feeling it's going to be fucking crazy. In our middle tier, the competitively viable tier, we have Emperor's Children, Astra Militarum, Drukhari. These are armies that we believe, like with player skills, can take you anywhere. So that includes the World Eaters, the Gene Stealer cults, the Leagues of Votann, Chaos Knights, Grey Knights, Custodes, Tau, and Tyranids, because we've seen
also Death Watch.
Oh, also Death Watch. Yes.
Also Death Watch that we didn't get an icon for, so it was forgotten.
Oops. And then we also have the fun, quote unquote, fun armies, which starts with Imperial Knights because they're mostly just fun right now. We have Death Guard, which is still truly quotation mark fun. Orcs and Necrons, who just don't get any real attention. This is the list of armies that don't get any meaningful changes because they're afraid to do it.
I will say that, yeah, I think that's super important, is that also these are the 4 armies that when they get significant, meaningful changes and they become good, they are almost immediately slapped back into the dirt.
Exactly. And then for our final list category, we have an army ? Which is just Imperial agents. Never buy the Codex. Do not let GW get away with this bullshit anymore. Also, it should have just been an index forever.
It shouldn't even have been that.
These
units can just be included in the codexes they originally came in, and we can forget it ever happened.
Certainly. Would love to see it. However, here we are. We have an entire codex of just Imperial agents for no reason.
Not a single reason.
But overall, meta looks fine. If you know how to deal with tactical Marines, then you're going to be okay.
Yep.
Still, regardless of our tone, it's still a very healthy meta.
It is. We said it, I don't know, however many weeks ago at this point, that the meta is unprecedentedly open.
Correct.
I think that's still true.
Yeah. You can get out there and enjoy your time playing any army you want, even if it's quote unquote fun, and still probably place just fine at any tournament and have a good time doing it. So do that.
Do
get
that.
out there and enjoy some time playing Warhammer with your friends because there's nothing but joy to be had playing this game. So,
Absolutely. I was like, my tone, I think, sounded upset for most of this, and it's not.
no, we're fine.
So
Everything's fine.
I'm
Anyway,
excited to try
yeah,
demons.
yeah. I'm excited to see you put demons on the table, man. All that being said, thank you all so much for being here today. We appreciate your comments, your likes, your shares. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. We will
Absolutely.
happily get to them in our next episode. We'll see you the next time.
See you around.